Hey guys, it's your boy Mr. Luke F. Brooks. I hope that you're doing well. Welcome to the channel. This is Car Share Genius. This is where I'm going to teach you how to get from A to Z using the peer-to-peer strategy, more in particular with Turo. If you're new to the channel, please go ahead and like and subscribe. Now, I wanted to make sure that you understand that this is about making money with Turo. I have another channel on the other side, but I wanted to make sure that this channel solely dedicates on how to operate with Turo. Now, speaking of, this is a new article, a new news article that came into today's mail as far as emails go about Myrtle Beach International Airport cuts ties with Turo Rentals. Now, this hits personal. I had to come on live and do this because at the end of the day, this is something that Charlotte, North Carolina is about to face too. Now, if you followed me before on my other channel, it used to be Passive Income Central with Luke Brooks, we talked about how the airport changed their free parking for Turo hosts. I always had a question about when I first started off, right? When doing this, I was like, how do people just determine if that's a Turo car or someone just trying to park the car there and try to say, oh, I'm with Turo, to go fly out and then keep their car there? Because there was no supervision. I said there was no type of decal, no type of notification or registration, and they got rid of it. And Turo, at the end of the day, I don't know when you call customer service, hey, did you know about the airport not having this anymore? And they sit there and say, I don't know what you're talking about. We're there. It's like, no, you don't have a free parking anymore. In Charlotte, you have to pay for the valet. With Myrtle Beach, unfortunately, they're getting rid of it. Now, looking at this article, it's talking about most of the people who are renting their cars out. Of course, it's like an Airbnb, but for vehicles. And a lot of people gave up teaching. Like this guy here, he gave up a teaching career for full-time hosting. Has 23 cars, part of the company, and he was doing well. And then when they made this change, no Turo cars, all vehicles would be summoned to tow. And I'm gonna tell you what happened probably. This is something that came out a few days ago from Turo. They talked about how people are doing illegal activities at the airport, meaning that they're waiting for the guests to come in, and then when they get there, they hop out the car, they take an Uber, and the customer gets the car. You can't do that. Like, airports are kind of getting strict on that, basically. And people doing kind of weird stuff. Now, for me, again, I do the advanced system at Charlotte Douglas Airport. They're no longer going to allow you to just bring your car up and say, give me a ticket. You have to have a reservation for the vehicle. And I just been doing it legit because at the end of the day, Turo's already threatened folks. If you're caught doing illegal practices, we hear about it, where this kick you off the platform. So they're getting strict because they're catching a lot of hell. So reading this article, they're saying that he basically drops off his car in an economic lot. He pays $10 to park there. He tells folks where the car is and everything that they need to do to access the car. Touchless handoff, which we talked about on my course. If you haven't heard about it, it's down below. Check it out. Now, he's been paying over $30,000 in parking alone. He said he doesn't understand why the airport wants to lose that business, because it's becoming a hassle, guys. This is becoming a hassle, and Turo's getting tired of hearing all this stuff. And the airport, more importantly, airport might be like, why are we letting these guys do this? Because they're not parking right. They're doing crazy stuff. And again, you got a lot of people using Turo down there. So going further in, he said there's a lot of money for one guy with one small business. Imagine 100 Turo hosts in the area trying to do the same thing, and how much money is going to walk away from these parking lots. Now, he's saying this, but there's ways to get around it. Usually at the airports, like in Charlotte, there are nearby parking areas where you can park your car at. People can still pick it up. It's still similar to you parking at the airport. Might be a little bit cheaper, but your guests would more likely have to take a shuttle or take an Uber to get to that location. There's ways around this. I think there's ways around where you say, hey, technically, I'm not at the airport. I'm over here. This is covering the jurisdiction of the Myrtle Beach Airport. It's not covering outside of the light. Literally, if this was a property, at the end of the day, anything outside that property, they can't say anything. And you can literally tell guests, hey, we're going to include it into the price. So he still has a way to get around that if he truly wants to do that. And, the email's been sent out. They're trying to get in touch with the councilmen, councilwomen to try to get this pulled back, but I don't think this is going to get pulled back at the end of the day. The airport's going to stay firm on what they're trying to do and really, really focus on exactly what's going on in their world. Now, for folks that are looking to do Turo, don't be afraid. I'm going to tell you some of the strategies that you can get around on this. I already mentioned one thing, that you go to your outside uh, airport taxi locations. You can even pick hotels if you really wanted to go that way. I've seen it where people say, hey, if you take an Uber to the hotel, the car be parked at the hotel. You can work those arrangements with the hotel manager or owner, and they'll work with you. Or you can basically pay for that Uber for the guests. You can just basically calculate where you want to have that car parked at, whether it's at another location where they do the whole park your car here for a couple of hours and the car be there. You can work that way. It's a way to get around this. Additionally, you just tell the guests what's up. When I had a situation where they changed the price, they changed the whole check-in procedure, I went out and explained to all my guests, even the guests that were caught in the middle, is, hey, it's not a normal drop off anymore. I have to make sure, and I do this in an automation message. I let them know 12 hours before the car is supposed to be dropped off. If you plan on bringing it early, I need to know now so I can send you the final instructions. Because if you bring it back wrong, it's a possibility you'll be charged, and I have no control of it. And you got to paint it like that. I know that sounds messed up, but it's true. But the person bring the car back to the airport and they say, we're not accepting the car, and you park it anywhere, that's improper parking. If a guest is not paying attention and you got to get your car out for tow thing, they're going to be paying for the tow. So you got to be very clear with your guests. Another thing that I would tell anyone who's dealing with Turo as a host, don't let this scare you. Don't let this scare you. There's ways to overcome it, like I say earlier. I've been dealing with this for over 4 years. Even with the Charlotte Douglas Airport dealing with the whole thing, there's a strategy around it. My recommendation to Mr. McCarty, if I was him, I would talk to the nearby folks around the airport, not at the airport, right outside the airport. So if they have a delivery service from the airport to where you can drop cars off at, because some people do that in Charlotte, they can do that nearby at Myrtle Beach at the airport. Instead of them parking the car in long-term parking, they might have a parking facility right outside of the airport property. You can do that, and you just have to work out the Uber. The Uber might be $2 or $5. Okay, you just tell the guests, when you book your Uber, you need to book your Uber to this location. You tell them to go to the location, say it's going to be covered, which you can always do the invoice or whatever, and that's not going to be an issue. And guests more likely gonna be like, okay, I don't care. I've dealt with that with Charlotte. But prices with Uber, you're looking at over, I don't know, $30 just to drive from one location to another location in Charlotte. And it's a straight shot. It happens. So you go in 5 minutes to another location, it should be a lot cheaper. So guys, let me know what you think in the comments down below. Do you think this is absurd? Do you think this whole situation with Turo getting cut off and not knowing about, because I bet they don't know, it's going to be a big issue for a lot of hosts and a lot of guests. I appreciate your comments, guys. If you think you got a lot of value out of this, you got some value, any type of value, I need those likes up. I need you to give me those likes and make sure you subscribe. Again, course down below on how to walk you through this nonsense that just happened from A to Z and much, much more. 𝐴𝐸Genius.com. Check it out, guys. I'm getting out of here. I'll see you later. You take care, and I'll see you on the other side. Again, don't forget to subscribe. Take care.